Yeah. This is another episode of UFO Garage.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Joe, and this is where we talk about UFOs, aliens, and all things weird.
Yeah. Episode 10, baby.
Good morning.
Welcome. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you too.
What's that shirt you got on there, dude?
This, ladies and gentlemen, is the UFO Garage t-shirt. Yeah, let me get up here and show you. Oh, yeah. People. It's our Come and Take Us
Come
shirt.
and take us.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, man.
Pretty
Where'd
good.
you get that?
You can get it on UFOGaragePC.com.
UFOGaragePC.com. What is it? Show the back of the. I think the back is pretty cool too. Got our little logo with the podcast thing on there. Yeah, dude, that's awesome. So this episode we're filming for the first time. We're gonna see how it goes. If we look like idiots, we're probably not gonna post this on YouTube.
By the way, they're comfy.
They are super comfy and they fit really well. We were talking about, that like this isn't the most expensive shirt quality. Normally I go with a couple of different shirt makers, but I went with the is it Hanes? I can't remember if it's Hanes or
So
I think it's Gildan maybe. But it's, anyways, cotton. And normally they're like just super boxy and like they don't fit well, but they fit really, really well around the arms. And yeah, it feels good and they're like soft and stuff. I'm pretty happy with them. We ordered some samples, so we've got the only two in existence right now, but they've got a lot of different colors online. If you go to the UFOGaragePC.com and check out our store at the bottom. I'm pretty stoked about them, dude. Yeah.
yeah, they look good. They came out really awesome.
Yeah.
So, what do we got today, man?
Well, I think let's talk about some stuff on our Facebook that was pretty cool this week. Joseph, who's like an honorary UFO Garage podcast affiliate / content creator, he posted a bunch of cool links on our Facebook.
He's always got good stuff.
Always, dude. It's consistent. It's always good. The first one was the planet-sized UFO that was pretty sweet. Let's see. Yeah. UFO sighting. NASA satellite snaps alien spacecraft bigger than Earth near the sun. And I mean, if you watch the video on our group, on the UFO podcast group, I mean, that thing is huge. I don't know what it is, but it's out there. I don't know if it's like a camera anomaly or something on the lens or the window, but I'm leaning more towards there's something weird just hanging out by our sun. I don't know. Maybe that's just wishful thinking.
But the technology to be able to do that, right?
I don't think we do. But yeah, that was pretty cool. Check it out on our Facebook if you want to watch the video. The other thing was the pyramids in Bosnia. This is kind of a story that came out in the early 2000s. An archaeologist discovered these pyramids and did a whole bunch of research on them. It's super interesting, and it made me think about the Chinese pyramids too. There's hundreds of Chinese pyramids that are not available for anybody, like any tourist, to go view. And
they just let forests grow on top of them, right?
Yeah, and they start
and that's
looking
how
like
they hit them.
Yeah, and they start looking like mountains, and they plant trees, and you can see the trees are like human planted because they're like in a geometrical, like rows and stuff. Some of them are like newly planted, maybe within the last 20 years or 10 years, but most of them just look like mountains. They're obviously trying to cover them up for whatever reason, but I thought that was cool. If anybody's interested in that.
You think there's anything crazy here?
Some pyramids in the United States?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Where do you think they'd be?
I think they would be in like Montana or in the Appalachian Mountains, somewhere around. I know that's maybe
Could
not
be.
But there's a lot of terrain that looks like mountains that could possibly be, if you dug deep enough, you could find some kind of human structure or whatever. I don't know. But definitely in Mexico. I mean, that's close enough to us.
Right.
It's still North America.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're still unearthing stuff in Brazil. Graham Hancock has talked about that in his last book. I can't remember the book now.
Is it one of the God's books? Is it one of those?
It's the newest book he came out with. It's like New America or old. Oh, damn it, I'm such an idiot. All right, I'm gonna search for it just so I don't sound like a dummy.
He's a cool guy, man. He's got a lot of interesting theories. I don't know. I guess like because he's just like somebody who takes the information and writes it down. Right? Yeah. Like he's just going with these people that kind of makes sense, and he's like, hey, nobody's paying attention to you, so that's kind of what he started doing and writing it down. Yeah, and he just writes it down. Over time, it's like, man, this is really starting to make some sense. Like, and I mean, he gets kind of shunned a little bit, like in the science community. Maybe like now he's starting to become a little more like, I guess, acceptable or
to the public, not to the mainstream.
Every time I see him, it seems to be pretty controversial. Right?
Yeah, I think that's by design.
Yeah, it's never like
no, I don't feel like there hasn't been. I feel like there hasn't been a legitimate claim that he's made that's been like,
ridiculous.
Yeah,
like it does make sense. Like he kind of puts it in a way to where like that's not how we see it, but like the way that these guys are kind of putting all this together, it does kind of make sense. Like, why not look into it, I guess? You know?
Yeah, I don't get it, man. I mean, going back to like the erosion of the Sphinx and it being confirmed by multiple geologists that the erosion on the Sphinx is done from heavy rainfall. Mm-hmm. I mean, duh. Like, bring in more scientists. I think we talked about it on the last maybe couple other episodes, but Zai Hawass said on camera, like, we brought in one scientist and he said it was from the winds of sand. Like, one scientist?
And there's all these other ones that say, wait, it was water, right? Was it water?
Yeah, every like
that eroded it?
Yeah, every legit scientist that has looked at these, the signs of the Sphinx, it's obviously to them, like people that actually study rocks for a living.
And Zawas, he wouldn't even debate Hancock, right?
Oh no, they actually did do a debate, and it's pretty fucking brutal. Like Zawas did not even entertain for a second any of Graham Hancock's theory. He was kind of shut off about it, which makes me think like, man, either somebody's paying him some big bucks to maintain the status quo, or he's just pretty ignorant. I don't know. Maybe it's both.
I don't know, man. Maybe it's just that pride, Yeah. Like, this is kind of your thing, Everybody's like, oh, yes, you're right. And he's like, yeah, cool, look at this. And then, like, somebody challenges that idea, and you just can't let it go.
Yeah.
Right? And maybe that's a problem in science just in general is, like, you get comfortable with this way of thinking, and it works. But then when something challenges it, you want to hold on to that. It's hard to change. But that's kind of the whole point.
Yeah.
Is to push those boundaries and find the new truths, It just keeps going.
You would hope so within science, like you want to find the truth, but it seems ever so, more and more every day or every year that people are just trying to maintain the timeline. Mm-hmm. So anything that they've, any new information, they just automatically say, no, fuck you. Like, no way. So anyway. That's pretty frustrating. Anyway, pyramids. The underwater ship thing. We've seen that. Have you seen that before? It got posted on our Facebook.
It looks like the
Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
I've seen that. I saw that a couple years ago, and it was super interesting. Like, there's obviously some stairs from the sonar, and it's hard to know what's an artist rendering and what's not.
Yeah.
So
is that part of it made of like different material? Is it not rock? I mean, they just assume that like it calcified over all these years?
Yeah, there's some theories that people are saying that ship has been petrified.
Uh-huh.
Meaning that it once was a carbon or some type of life form. So that's super interesting.
That's cool.
Connecting that back to some other stories we've heard about ships being biological.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're like living.
Yeah, like living ships.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it would make sense.
That's kind of cool.
And there's like a skid mark going for like 100 meters or something like that. That it looks like it just crashed and slid. Mm-hmm. That's super interesting. I don't know.
That's crazy. Like, what if it happened when like it was dry? Mm-hmm. You know, and it just sat there for a long time, and then over the years, it just it got stuck under the water.
Yeah,
maybe that's one of those archaeological ones.
Yeah,
right, that they find.
Yeah,
dude, it totally makes sense. I mean, why not?
Yeah,
it's cool to entertain the idea.
Yeah,
like unless you can give me like 100% proof that like that couldn't possibly happen, like entertain the idea, play with it. You might find out something interesting.
Yeah, don't just say
even if it's not correct. It's like, oh, but I kind of thought outside the box.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know. I guess some people would see that as a waste of time.
Right.
But,
well, it's
I just think that way anyways.
I think it falls in line with, Atlantis falling into the sea, that kind of idea where there's no way an ancient civilization lived when the continents, this part of the continent was not underwater.
Right.
So, I mean, if you really look at that possibility, then you'd have to entertain the idea that human civilization, intellectual human civilization, thrived before the continent shifted and maybe before the Ice Age.
Yeah.
And they just, like most, I think, archaeologists and historians don't want to believe that because that's not in the this timeline that they've made for themselves and whoever's writing the textbooks. But I recently watched a really awesome video, Jimmy on Bright Insight. It's about, he has this pretty awesome claim to actually have discovered where Atlantis might have been. And it's based off of all the books that talk about it, like the Epic of Gilgamesh. Socrates talks about it, and he kind of like triangulates the position of where he thinks Atlantis would be, and a lot of the historians over time have thought, oh, it's in the middle of the sea, like to the left of Africa. Well, he kind of finds that no, it's on Africa, it's in Africa. It's called the Eye of Africa. So if you look up the Eye of Africa,
that's cool. It's that one lake, right? It's the horse's eye.
Well, dude, no? I don't know. Maybe it's called that, but it's eerily similar to the construction of Atlantis, where there's rings within rings, and then
whoa, that is cool.
But the renderings are like it's next to the ocean, right? So if you look at this, and it might be a natural structure, and this is what Jimmy talks about, is that maybe just people didn't build that, but it was already a naturally occurring structure. People just built on top of it. But at that part of Africa, the ocean was a lot closer because plate tectonics were a little, different back then, or whenever it was recorded.
Dude, it's so hard to even like conceive that, like at one point everything was all together. Yeah. And just over time, it just broke
this
up.
This bitch don't know about Pangea.
Have you seen that? A little Diggy? Yeah, dude. That's funny. Brain
on some other shit.
I like when Brain drinks a Sprite.
Yeah. The brain thirsty as fuck.
You do that really good.
I've been practicing.
Dude, that's eerie. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's just hard to think about, because like you're here, you live your life, and the continents didn't move at all. Well, they did, but like not enough for you to notice it. Like when you fly to Hawaii, you're still flying to Hawaii.
Yeah. True. Yeah. I mean,
like how many
penguins?
Like how many generations would have to be born before like the first like significant difference of like space in between continents, like it would matter? You know what I'm saying? Like I know every year the continents move a little bit, right? But we're talking like if you were to look at like a picture and like you have one picture and then the next picture, it's kind of like it moved.
Yeah,
obviously, like oh, that shit moved.
There's some place in Italy that the ocean moves like an inch a year.
That's crazy.
I think it's Italy.
Dude,
I could be wrong.
Italy's just gonna float off?
Well, the
or it's
ocean's
like an island
taking it over.
Yeah. I know it's flooding.
Yeah,
right? They use boats.
It's too many
in
boats
their streets.
Have
you been?
No,
I haven't been either.
I've seen videos and photos of it. It looks freaking awesome.
It does look cool.
I wonder if people wear like a certain type of shoe there. Like everybody's wearing Crocs.
I mean, it would make sense
because they're waterproof,
and like everybody can probably swim, right?
They have to. Yeah.
You're like, shit, my house is flooding again.
Yeah, man.
Dude, does it happen often? I would assume like there's a season, right, where it just floods.
Yeah, it would have to be. I mean, if there's significant rainwater and there's already, you're surrounded by water at all times.
And shelves are a must in every house for everything.
Everybody's got a shelf. Beds on a shelf. Everybody's got bunk beds.
Dude, that would suck.
So much room for activities, dude.
No. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, but so, I mean, that's interesting.
I'd visit.
I can't remember how we got there, but let's see. Music from I guess we're kind of done with stuff on Facebook.
Okay.
Joe, you messaged me about some stuff today to look into, and I read a little bit of it, but I thought it'd be kind of cool if you kind of started that off with some of your research that you were doing.
Oh, is it the Project Horizon?
Yeah.
So okay, Project Horizon. So it's 120 pages. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm through about like 60 pages. I'm not finished with it. But I'm reading through this document, and it's about how the United States wanted to put a moon base on the moon by like 1964. Yeah.
And they started planning it
in like 1958.
That's freaking crazy,
dude. Yeah. So they wanted to be. They said it was like of utmost importance for the country. It would be an embarrassment if the Russians were to get to the moon, because they had said they already have a moon base by like 1954 or not 1954, 1964. So like America was like, we got to do this, right?
Yeah.
It was like a $700 billion project. Or
did it ever say like what the reason was, or is it just like this is very important?
It was just about status, like you're in this like arms race, you're getting into the Cold War, things are heating up. The Russians had launched Sputnik. Everybody's like, oh shit, what is a Sputnik? And they're like, it's a satellite and it orbits the Earth, and like that's crazy. And I don't know, is it still out there? Did it crash at some point?
The Sputnik, I think, is still going through space, dude. I think it's like, I think it's past. I could be wrong on that. I think maybe we should check it out.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you think about it, I mean, like the Russians kind of, they sent the first man into outer space, right? They shot out rockets first. They sent the first woman, the first animal, the first black guy. Like Russia beat us to the punch on everything.
Did they send out like a dog or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the dog died, but they lied about it, and we didn't find out until like the 90s or something.
Is that where Airbud came from, do you think? Space
possibly.
Bud.
Space Bud.
Let's see. Sputnik 1 orbited about 37 million miles, then burned up as it fell from orbit during re-entry into Earth's atmosphere. 1958, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah, so around this time, America's like, yo, we got to do something epic.
Yeah.
We're going to put a base on the moon. And they wanted to like make it sustainable for like 12 people to live in.
Dude.
And, kind of, operate the moon like as territory. And they would use it for, the development of science, but also at the same time, the development for the military. So they were going to be like kind of work hand in hand. But it was a race to get to the moon.
Yeah.
Right?
So you think maybe the landing on the moon in the first place was the first step in building some type of structure on the moon? And I don't know, maybe it just took way too long, or you think we figured it out early?
I haven't finished the whole thing, so I'm not sure why, but I would just kind of assume that over time they were like, yo, this is ridiculous. Like, this is hard.
Probably really hard,
because they were saying they wanted to launch like 64 rockets within a year, right? So it's like 5 rockets a month.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
For a whole year.
That's a lot of fuel.
They wanted to move like 260,000 pounds of payload, up up to the moon for this base, and then make it like sustainable for like 12 people to stay there and kind of run it.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
So I wonder if the document explains like, hey, yeah, we already have this technology, or this is a plan that we want to do, and this is how much it's going to cost, and it's just way early in the process where they're just in the planning phase.
So I know that NASA had only been around for like a year.
Okay.
Right? So they were probably kind of all trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, you got to think like that's the beginning kind of like of the space race. Like that's the first time people were really like, huh, what's going on up there? You know, they were like, yo, okay, so this could be, you know, a dangerous thing to us. You know, the Russians can get into space. You know, nobody knew what was going to happen, you know, and then we had nuclear bombs. It was like, oh gosh, now you can drop nuclear bombs through like space, you know, like it's, you know, who knows? So it was just this, it seems like it's just this huge like effort to kind of show dominance and like show the world, you know, the space race, you know, that's kind of what, you know, kicked it off, it seems like. But it was cool because they were talking about how they also wanted to build like a space station so they could take more stuff up at once and meet at this station and then launch all that stuff for like a cheaper price to the moon once they're already out in space.
Interesting.
So then they had to start playing around with this idea.
Okay.
You know, nobody knew what was going on. Like back then, some people thought that if you landed on the moon, you would just fall through like, you know, millions of years of dust. Like nobody knew. Like,
yeah,
people were just kind of guessing. You know, nobody had done it.
Yeah.
So everybody was like, yeah, let's send like 5 rockets a month. And his buddy was like, yeah,
you could totally do that.
Yeah, we could totally do that. Totally. They're like, it's just like a missile, right? But you're putting people on it now, and you're putting cargo that's like important now. And
well, I wonder, like, did we ever send anything to the moon before we sent people?
I think
we tried to shoot it at the moon.
I think we sent like satellites.
We had to have,
like, just through space, and they hit the moon. I think.
I don't really know, but if they didn't, they should.
Yeah, because they had to find out like what the moon was kind of made of. Right?
Yeah. It's cheese, dude. Cheese.
No, it's definitely not cheese.
It's made of swamp
It's definitely
gas,
not cheese,
bro.
But I don't know. It's kind of cool. I can't wait to finish it.
Yeah,
it seems pretty interesting.
It looked cool. I guess I only read like maybe the first 2 pages. I was working, so anyway, I meant to look at it last night, but then I wasn't working last night.
And they wanted to build the base like under the moon, and like, you know, like tunnels.
Oh,
yeah.
Like,
and it would like help save you from like radiation and stuff.
Oh, that would
and
make
you could just
sense.
kind of live under the ground and then come up to do all your work and then go back under, and that's where you live.
I mean, it would make way more sense to
they designed all kinds of
build
stuff.
a base under the moon, because it would protect you from the solar rays and the changes in temperature and all that.
Yeah.
I mean, that would make sense.
And when you think about like, you know, the astronauts went up in the Saturn V, but their program was like Saturn's like, you know, 1 and 2 and 3, like all the way up to that. Like it was just kind of like this evolution that you saw. Like maybe we didn't put what is that?
It's my thing. My camera stopped.
I don't. Man.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think so far about being on camera for the podcast?
I didn't realize how much I fidget,
dude. It's kind of stressing me out a little bit. I think we should hold off. I think we should pause it.
Well, I mean, you know,
because we're like already. I mean,
we've already started.
All right, fuck it.
We could do one. Hey,
okay.
It's our 10th episode, by the way.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, we reached the goal.
Greasy. Should have took a shower, dude.
Oh man, you had to go to work today.
Yeah.
So did I. Here right after work.
What do we, dude? We should celebrate. After the episode, we should. I don't know. Go get a pizza and a shot or something.
Pizza and a shot?
Yeah.
Dude, there's pizzas and shots in your living room.
Oh,
in your kitchen.
That's right. Dude, DiGiorno, dog.
It's not delivery. Is DiGiorno your favorite pizza?
Honestly, it's not my favorite pizza, but I get it because I can buy it at my gas station down the street. More than I just need a snack.
All right, there you go. There you have it.
But it's not my favorite pizza
because there's different levels. There's like the frozen food pizza, and they have like a different variety. But then there's also like real pizza shops around. That's like your favorite pizza.
I like Krusty Krab pizza. The Krusty Krab pizza. You don't know what I'm talking about?
No.
Damn.
Is that a SpongeBob reference?
Yeah.
I watched it, but I wasn't like a super like loyal fan of it, I guess you could say. It's weird.
I wasn't like a super. I've seen a bunch of episodes though. Anyway, fucking. I like it. Like, what is that? A SpongeBob reference? Yeah, it was.
Yeah. I mean, it only made sense.
But no, DiGiorno's not my favorite pizza, dude.
Yeah.
There's no way. Buffalina is my favorite pizza.
Buffalina?
Have you had Buffalina?
Is that like a real restaurant?
It's a real restaurant down on, I think it's 6th or 7th Street. It's so damn good.
Is it good?
They flew in an oven from Italy. It's like a brick oven. Mm-hmm. Woo! It's so good.
Is that lame if I say Mr. Gaddy's? Bro, I love
Not
Mr. Gaddy's.
I love Mr. Gaddy's too. Their ranch is so good too.
I can't help it.
They have great ranch. Like they make their own ranch.
Yeah.
Their ranch dressing.
Man, I used to work at a Mr. Gaddy's.
The one in Taylor?
The one in Rockdale.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Do you miss it?
No, not at all. But like, damn it, dude. Like, usually like if you work at a food place, you're like, I'm not eating that anymore. I still eat Gaddy's.
I was gonna grab this for you. That's Joel, dude.
Oh, thanks.
I don't live anywhere near Gaddy's, but I miss it so much. I can't order it anymore. Like, I always have to order some bullshit, unless it's like Spartan pizza or something. All right, let's stop.
There's a pizza.
It's like our longest part of the podcast. Damn it.
Okay. All right, one more.
Okay.
One more. You know that pizza that has the mustache on it?
No, the Pringles?
No. It's a pizza. It's like
Pizza Patron.
I don't know what it is, but anyways, it has a mustache on it. It's in a brown box. I think it might be H-E-B. Okay. Maybe.
Pizza has a mustache.
It's so good. And
do they put a mustache on the pizza or is it on the box?
No, it's on the box. But no, but you can rip the mustache.
Oh my God. Oh, wait, no, you gotta finish that. What is that real?
Oh my God. Oh shit.
Okay, so you can rip it.
Okay. You can rip the Oh God. Oh shit. Okay.
Brought to you by Mustache Pizza. I can look this up.
I can't stop.
It's in Austin?
No, it's like
Mustache Pizza?
Let me see. No, it's like a frozen pizza. There it is. You can rip the mustache off the box and you can put it on your face.
Screaming Sicilian, dude.
And I always do it. I already have a mustache.
That's really funny.
It's good. You can give it a try. I swear to God.
Oh my God.
Okay,
I'm crying.
what's next?
I'm crying, dude. Oh my God. Is it like there's a picture of a girl doing it.
Yeah,
oh, dude.
Like that.
You're right.
Okay.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, it's not pizza.
I gotta recompose.
Okay.
Anyway.
What's on there, man? Oh, God.
The Nimitz recording. This is a great 10th episode. 10 minutes of bunch of laughing about pizza.
God damn it. Oh.
All right.
So, I listen Listen to this guy. His name is Clyde Lewis. Clyde's the man. Like, he's got a great show. You should definitely check out his show. I was listening to his show, and he had this cool recording that was playing, and it's of all like the Nimitz video, right? And you know the Tic Tac. I'm sorry, but apparently, you know, there's the audio that we all hear, right? And it's kind of them like, they're like, yeah, that's cool, like, you know, they're like, whoa, what was that? You know, like they sound kind of excited, right?
Like, woohoo!
But there's like also audio that kind of came like before that, and so on his show, he played that audio and it sounded really, really cool. Like it's kind of like a different feel,
and it's something we haven't heard before. This audio,
yeah. It's I mean, it's pretty hard to like kind of hear. But you can, you know,
it's hard to understand.
Yeah, it's hard to understand.
Yeah.
But check out Clyde Lewis Ground Zero
well,
is the name of his show.
Yeah,
it's
do you want to play the audio real quick?
Yeah, we'll show you that little clip because I think it's definitely worth like sharing. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Charlie. Banger Charlie, do you hold unknown air contact? Raw 270-48, 28,000 feet, bogey. Charlie, Banger, negative, radar picture's clean. Banger Charlie, transfer.
Like they're just encountering.
Charlie control.
Yeah, they're all freaking out.
Yeah, they haven't been watching it for a while.
Tasking for them. Charlie, Banger, Roger. Tasking go Charlie.
Banger.
Real world tasking. Slowly fast Eagle Sunday. Contact Bra 270-41, 20,000 feet. Bogey. Snap.
What did you say? 40,000 feet?
Over.
Sounded like it.
70, 41 miles. 100, anchor here, Angels 24. Roger. Charlie, fast Eagle. We're observing something in the water here.
In the water, you said?
Yeah.
At the emergency spot, just north of our position, about 2 miles. Charlie, Roger. I'm sending the Angels 14 to take a look.
Do you think that's our unknown?
Not sure. Radar's clean. Call 1 Longate, 287, 2 miles, Angels 5. He's running hard, 3,000 meters.
It jumped.
1,000 meters. I lost it. Tony, see it?
I saw it go 137. No tally.
It said it was already like at the rendezvous point.
Yeah.
So it was already like where they were going.
Yeah. Do you want to get? It's kind of a long.
Hey, no. You can stop it right
Yeah.
there. No, you can stop it right there. But you know, like even in the what was it? Unclassified or what is it? The History Channel show. Right.
I should know this, but I don't. I was gonna watch it the other day. I've only seen that one episode.
Damn it. It's just one of those words. Like there's so you know,
Unclassified, undocumented. Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of those. But even they were saying, you know, the guy was saying they were like the pilot. He was like, yeah, they were already like where we were, you know, before we even got there, before we knew where we were going.
Yeah, it's unidentified.
Unidentified. That's
Same thing.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
That show turned out to be better than I thought it was going to be.
I mean, yeah, it's well done.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've only seen that one episode, but I need to see more of them. Have you seen more episodes than that one?
I've seen like maybe 4.
Yeah.
How many are there?
I don't know.
I
haven't even looked into it.
What if there's 4 and I've already seen them all?
Oh, dang,
I don't
dude.
think so, because then that's a cliffhanger.
Yeah. There can't be 4. There's got to be at least 8 or 10.
Yeah.
That's a good number. Yeah. Yeah, so other than that, I mean, the Nimitz recording, we were asked by a listener to look into the Pleiadians.
Yeah.
And we tried a lot, but only things we could find are just some definitions. And I'll read one out loud. It's ufos-aliens.co.uk. And this is what it says. The Pleiadians, blonde or in some cases brunette Nordic-type humans based in the Pleiadian Tayginta and other systems, which were allegedly colonized by refugees from their former planetary abodes in the Lyra constellation, which were invaded by reptiloid entities from Alpha Draconis. Ooh, that sounds scary, dude. Alpha Draconis?
It's the reptilians.
Nah, dude.
Well, there's like 3 different kinds, though, right?
I don't know.
I believe there's like 3 different kinds of the reptilians.
There's the one with wings, right? The vestigial wings. And there's one that's like, I mean, yeah, I guess that's the only description I've had, other than, I guess there is one more that looked pretty much like humans, but they had green scaly skin.
And then like one is supposed to be like a serpent, like.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, I think there's 3 types.
Okay.
We'll have to look that up.
Yeah. The main Pleiadian planet of Era was reportedly terraformed by the Lyra refugee, Lyra being much more nearer to Earth, around 30 light years. The Pleiadians were apparently the first humanoid society to develop hyperspace travel. The humans in Lyra were able to travel the vast distances from the part of this galaxy to colonize the Pleiadians, some 430 light years from Terra Earth. The Pleiadians consider themselves to be a part of the Andromedan Council, based within some of the planetary systems within the Andromeda constellation. So are they saying that they're reptilian, or no? They said they were Nordic.
They escaped.
Okay.
They left their home planet because it was invaded by the reptilians.
Got it.
What they say, the Nordic whites or something?
Yeah. Nordic, in some cases,
there seems to be a lot of tall, white, blonde, species.
Human-looking species.
Yeah. So, like 3 different types of reptilians. There's like 5 different kinds of, tall, blonde-headed, blue-eyed whites.
Yeah.
And you get like the gray-looking ones that are either tall or small.
Yeah.
Right?
Seems to be like maybe 4 different species. It's like human.
People have seen Nordics. Like a mantis.
Yeah, the bugs. Remember Tom DeLonge said something about the bugs?
Yeah.
And we got to crush them?
Yeah.
Or something?
Yeah.
Dude.
But then it would totally make sense, too, that, each one of them, they're not all the same. Right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard for us to be like, okay, are they going to hurt us? Or are they not going to hurt us?
Yeah, it's like impossible to say, aliens are bad or aliens are good.
Because if there's that many, then some are going to hurt you and some are not going to hurt you, right?
Yeah.
So that's really the only option anyways.
Right.
So that's kind of the point.
Yeah. I mean...
To me...
but yeah. So if you were to come in contact with a reptilian-looking humanoid, just this dude shows up in your living room and he's already sitting on your couch. To me, I would automatically be like, okay, this dude's evil. But if like a more humanoid-looking person were sitting on my couch, I'd be like, oh, you're just breaking into my apartment. Not that, oh, you're an alien and you're going to kill me.
It would be totally different.
Totally different. Yeah. Like, oh, that's a reptilian human. It's an alien. And you're going to kill me.
Because they could, shapeshift, right?
Yeah.
So what if they just look like a human? Like, you would never even know you were killed by a reptilian. Dude, that's the problem.
I think Mark Zuckerberg's a reptilian. Have you seen that fool's eyes?
Yeah, it looks crazy.
They're red, right? Like, really red? And they look like shark eyes. The pupils, they're just black.
Black, yeah.
They're so evil.
Yeah. No, he takes scary pictures.
Yeah.
For sure.
I don't like it.
He takes scary pictures.
I don't know. He's probably like a guy.
He's become a robot, dude.
He's what?
He's become a robot. Can you imagine how holding the key to all the secrets of the internet or of Facebook, which is most internet users.
Yeah. He could find out whatever he wants to know about pretty much anybody on the planet, as long as you have a Facebook account or Instagram account.
I'm sure they say that we can't just look at your stuff, go in and look at it, but there's got to be access to that somehow, right? Because hackers get it.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, for sure.
If
you've put the information online or in a profile, they're going to get it. And even if you didn't, based on algorithms of what you're posting and how you phrase things and who you message at certain times of day or look at things, what you click on, they know a lot more about you than you think.
Yeah.
They can make assumptions based off of things that you interact with to make like a profile like the FBI does, Yeah. To where if they were to read you back, it's like listening to it's not astrology. What's the start one? Damn it.
Astronomy.
I'm so dumb, dude. Like if you were to read your sign for the day, you'd be like, oh, that kind of sounds like me.
Yeah.
Where it's that kind of thing where they probably have a profile for every single name, and they could read off like things that you like, things that you don't like, things that you're interested in.
Yeah,
things
you
that
all fit in a category.
Yeah,
of some sort.
It's gotta all be like that. And that's why we all get those random ass phone calls at 9:30 and they're robots, and we have heard that your insurance is out of date.
Happened on the last podcast.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
and Chris answered.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that guy was really good at that.
Yeah, he was good.
She just hung up.
I've never witnessed that.
She didn't even talk.
A robot lady hung up on him. I've never seen that before.
Yeah. But the Pleiadians, man, so we were talking about this a little bit earlier, right? Like, so for it to kind of like be even like kind of mentioned, like there's got to be some story behind it, right? Some little bit of truth
for the right,
for the story to really even exist.
So yeah, the belief in the Pleiadians or like the specificity of the different species.
Yeah,
there has to have been some truth in it somewhere down the road.
Even if it was wrong, like misconception.
Yeah.
Still, like, what's that story? Like, what's their story?
Yeah.
And why is everybody on YouTube channeling them? Like, everybody can do it.
Yeah. So that's the reason why we had so much trouble finding information about the Pleiadians, because Joe was saying earlier you were looking on YouTube and...
Yeah, and that chick was speaking in tongues.
You said she was just staring at the camera, not even closing her eyes.
Yeah. I was like, you're not fooling anybody. You didn't even close your eyes.
Yeah. Wasn't even trying. Okay.
Yeah, she started speaking in tongues.
Now I'm channeling the Pleiadians.
His name is Imbibe.
That is so lame, dude.
But, I mean, the message is good, so it's like... Why are you talking all that shit, bro? Like,
I don't know.
So what? That's what she
man.
likes to do. She likes to make videos where she makes up words but says nice things because it makes her feel good.
Hey, that's fine. And I just won't watch it. It's not for me. But you can still make a good YouTube video and have a good message, but don't bring channeling aliens into it. Why does that have to be a big part of it?
Especially if you're not really doing it. And there's just so many, like, you can find so many videos of people who are channeling Pleiadians.
Yeah.
Like, why? Like, I don't know. What if we're stupid and they try and channel you all the time and we just never notice it?
Yeah.
But some people do, and that's just how nice the Pleiadians are.
So they don't want to like force it. They're just like every now and then.
What if they are just such beings of light that once you realize that, like, that's how you act. Like, you act like we think it's weird because we're kind of cynical and stuff a little bit.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, they're just so nice. Like, you know how sometimes really, really nice people... There's a great example. There's this lady at my bank, right?
Uh-huh.
And, dude, she is so good at her job.
Yeah.
She's so efficient. She's so nice, right? Like, it makes me uncomfortable. You know how people can, like, be at that level of nice where it makes you uncomfortable a little bit? It's almost like, are you trying or are you like really this nice? You can't tell the difference because it sounds like bullshit, but they're just genuinely nice, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
I love that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. That's great. We need more of that.
I love nice people. Right? Me and you are nice, right? But like, you know, everybody's got some shit going on.
Yeah.
In their life, you know? Like,
I try to approach that in my everyday encounters, like when I go to purchase something, or if I'm even just like in traffic. I know I have terrible thoughts during traffic, like damn it, like people always cut me off. I'm like the biggest, I'll let anybody in front of me, like just because you don't know what they're doing. Maybe they are in a hurry for a really good reason.
Yeah.
You know, just like let people in. but I feel like you're the same way.
Yeah.
Especially in conversation, and I don't know.
Maybe that's like sad. That like you kind of like, you're like, man, you're so nice. Like, what kind of shit you going through? Like you almost get off on seeing the misery in somebody else's eyes, but like it's not like dark misery. It's just like, what fucking happened to you? Like, everybody's got that one thing. You know
you're
what
so
I'm saying?
nice. What happened to you?
Yeah, like there's a lot of nice people.
Yeah.
But some people are just so... It's hard to explain. I know I sound crazy, but there's just some people who are just so nice.
I love it.
Like,
maybe they're aliens, dude.
I don't know. Maybe, but that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe the Pleiadians are just that nice.
Yeah.
Right.
That would be cool. We need a lot more Pleiadians around.
Yeah. But watching that video, how did that make you feel?
Uncomfortable.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah. Like...
Yeah,
we're nice, right? But also we see each other as regular people.
Yeah.
But then you look at that and you're like, man, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
I just, I hate to be on like, on the record saying this, but like, I don't know. It's like when people are too nice, I don't know. I just kind of, I don't know. It kind of turns me off a little bit. Like, hey, give me shit. Like, make fun of me and make me feel more comfortable. I think that's just part of our culture, though.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Like, I enjoy it when people call me out on shit because it makes it fun and funny and like, I can laugh at myself and, I'll make fun of you for something. Not that I'm like out there giving people shit, but,
yeah.
It's just a little more comfortable experience where it's just, you don't have much to talk about if you're just constantly, hey, man, you look really nice today.
Oh, you look great. Dude.
Oh, thank you.
Your hair is... phenomenal.
Thank you, Joe. I was going to say the same thing about your hair, and your skin is just flawless today.
Is it? Well,
it's just it's uncomfortable, man. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's weird.
Maybe if you're wearing a new pair of shoes, I'd be like, Joe, those are some dope shoes, man.
Yeah,
but that's it. I don't know what that is. I think that's a cultural.
It's casual. It's casual.
It's like, a casual niceness.
Too nice is almost like it's situational. When you got to be really nice to somebody, like, it's situational. But, like, after I've seen you, like, a million times, like, you don't have to do that anymore. Like, yeah, we can kind of give each other shit.
Yeah.
Like, I told you were wearing Huckleberry Finn pants the other day. Like, it wasn't malicious or mean.
I loved it. It was great.
Just messing around.
Yeah.
Just a joshing, you know?
So, if we were abducted by a Pleiadian species, do you think we'd fit in? Or you think we'd be like...
I would hope they wouldn't kick us out.
Big assholes. Hey, man, you look like Pinocchio.
Yeah.
Those overalls.
They'd be like, no, that wasn't very nice.
That was't very nice. But
like,
still...
well, your haircut's not nice. You got bangs that go straight across your face.
So I work the He-Man video?
They would kick us out.
They would kick us out.
No, they would probably be cool with us. I mean, they gotta have a sense of humor. That's what I always wonder is, like, do aliens have senses of humor?
Yeah.
And, like, what's it like?
Yeah.
Is it not, like, like, we like Will Ferrell and shit, right? Like, if an alien watched a Will Ferrell skit, you think it would laugh?
No.
It would be like, what?
I think maybe a sense of humor.
Or if they, I don't know.
I think it has to do with the construction of the brain.
Your level of intelligence?
No, maybe not. I think a level of intelligence is intelligence is such a, I don't know, subjective term. Because there's different types.
I think like super intelligent people, like, they can still think what you think is funny. They just have a higher understanding of more shit that they can laugh at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, somebody says like a real crazy sciencey nerdy joke or whatever,
and
they're like, like, they think it's hilarious, like, and you don't get it. It's like, I wish I was that smart.
You're right.
I want to be able to get it too. Like, they're just super more lucky.
I'm on like the lowest level of humor. Like I saw this meme and it's of this alien doing like this butt dance, and he's like looking behind him, and then there's like this dog in the background. And so it's a real video of a dog, but it's like this superimposed animation of this alien like doing this backup thing. And It says me and my alien after Area 51 when I bring it back to my place and we're partying.
People have gotten pretty clever with those. Definitely pretty clever.
Pretty clover.
Clovers.
Dude, so one of the guys, I told you this already, Joe, but I kind of wanted to say on the podcast. So maybe if the guy listens, he'll hit me back up because I haven't heard back from him in a couple days. But one of the founders of the UFO, the Raid Area 51 event, I reached out to him and he messaged back and said, dude, I asked him if he would call in to comment on the event to the podcast. And he messaged me back, said, dude, I'm so 100% down. That sounds awesome. I'll message you from my personal page and we'll talk from there. So, I mean, I followed up with him once, so I haven't heard back, but hopefully.
I wonder how many of those messages he's getting.
He probably gets a lot, yeah. The first one I reached out was like, hey, I know this is probably a huge long shot.
You're being super nice.
I think I'm being way too nice.
Nah. You got to be friendly to people. Being nice is a good thing.
Yeah, it is. It's different.
But Pleiadian nice.
Dude.
Man. Maybe the people that are channeling them are getting it all wrong.
How so?
Maybe they're channeling it like, you must have peace and love one another, But really they're like, hey, why don't you make peace and fucking love each other or something? The
inflection is like...
Yeah, what if it's just different?
Yeah.
And they're just channeling it that way because that's how it comes through.
Oh, because they're nice people.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to know, I think we already said it, but those people that are channeling the Pleiadians are probably already nice people. So exactly what you just said, they're probably interpreting it like pretty wrong.
Yeah.
They're probably hearing it. Yeah. Y'all just get along. Jesus.
Which is a great
idea
in
along with
theory.
Jesus.
But... if you're not really channeling, like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
It makes everybody look bad.
Do you believe in channeling, like, in the first place?
No.
I don't know how I feel about it.
I don't think so.
I don't know how I feel about it. But, I mean, if your body is, like, run off of electricity, basically, like, what if they can, like, channel into you? That's what I'm saying is, like, This like it goes way beyond channeling, like even like the ancient cultures and stuff, like they're channeling. Like if you watch somebody from like Peru, you know what I'm saying? If you watch them channel on the Discovery Channel or some shit, you're like, yo, that's some real stuff.
Yeah.
Right? You're like, that's real. Look at that.
Right.
But then we see Brittany, and she's like sitting cross-legged with her sundress. Yeah. Like how does it make it any less credible? And that's
a point.
That's where I'm stuck. It's like I don't like the way you did this, but that shaman in Peru, that was cool.
You've got a point.
Like I don't know, and I feel bad because they're super nice.
I mean,
did your thing quit recording again?
Yeah, my computer turned it off.
This whole video is gonna be of me. Can we just leave the still shot?
Yeah.
So whatever face you're making at that time, you're stuck until you recognized it.
Okay.
Oh man.
All right. Well, let's look at
Sasquatch is on that list.
Oh yeah.
Is he in the Galactic Council like with the Pleiadians, or is he on the board?
It does say Sasquatch.
Is he a board member?
What? He should be if he's not.
Dude, of the Galactic Alliance. What is that thing called?
This is just the A to Z of alien species.
Yeah, but it said the Pleiadians were part of a group, the Galactic something.
Oh, right.
The Universal something.
Andromedon Council.
The Andromedon Council. So is that's like a council in the Andromeda Galaxy? They're from the Andromeda Galaxy, right? That's where the Pleiades star system is?
Yeah, so there's a council for the galaxy.
So I wonder who our council is for the Milky Way. The Milky Way Council.
Dude, the Milky Way Council. It's probably not even called that.
What did they call us? They called us the Earth or something? Or the Rock?
Terra Earth.
Terra Earth.
But I think it was talking about a different planet Apparently, it was the first space travel. Yeah, I don't know.
No.
Did I skip over ever since the Philadelphia experiments in the 19...
I think you did.
Oh, well, what the heck? Governments have reported known how to tap into hyperspace ever since the Philadelphia experiments of the 1940s. The Pleiadians claim that their technology surpasses our international technology by about 3,000 years. This may explain why the planetary system... This screen is so wide. It's really hard to read. I'm like having to jump back. Dude, you know what we haven't talked... Did we talk about the Philadelphia experiment?
Not really.
Do we want to, or do you kind of want to do a little bit more research on it?
We can talk about it a little bit and then go do some research and then come back and talk about it a little bit more on the next one.
Yeah. So Philadelphia experiment is something that, well, from what I know, Einstein was working on this project, and what they were trying to do is create an invisibility technology to make things disappear, and it had to do with like electromagnetism. So they, for people that don't know about this, that's kind of why I'm going into it. But they created this technology to equip to a battleship, and they did this experiment in I forget what bay it's in. Is it in Philadelphia?
I think so.
Is that what the ship is called, the Philadelphia or something, or is that the ship? Yeah, we need to do more research. Dang it! But anyway, yeah,
this is the Philadelphia Bay.
This is the Philadelphia Bay, dude.
I'm not from. I don't know.
But the crazy thing about that story, we'll do some more researching and maybe cover it on the next episode.
You just know the basics.
The basics
right?
are
the same way.
Is that the ship, from observers looking upon this experiment on the bay, this ship is in the water, and they attach all these electromagnetic devices to it, and it disappears for a minute, or maybe just a couple seconds,
seconds, I think,
and it comes back to be visible again, and all the crew that were on the boat. Some of them were infused into the metal. Like some of their arms were in the wall. People were like screaming. There's like blood everywhere. People were freaking
some people
out.
Say that they had been gone for like years.
Well, they claimed that they showed up on that exact same bay 1,000 years in the future, and everything's like sky rises and buildings are totally different. It's like totally different, and then they come back. And they talk about what they saw, but it's all classified stuff. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Dude. I want to read the Sasquatch thing.
Yeah, go for it.
That's a lot to read from this distance. Large hairy humanoids who are usually troglodyte. What is that word?
Troglodyte.
Troglodyte. I swear they're trying to fuck me up with this reading thing. Troglodyte.
No, that's a weird word, dude.
That's a really weird word.
Yeah, that's a hard word to pronounce.
Or cavern dwellers. Let's just say cavern dwellers. Although they have been known to forage through mountains or wooded areas on the surface and search for roots, berries, grasses, and dingleberries. Oh, I didn't say that. And nuts, which makes up their diet. They're believed to possess a heightened sensing ability which allows them to steer clear of human influence. They are more human than animal, according to some reports, although they have been often mistaken for animals. I mean, this is a pretty long thing. It sounds just like what we know about Sasquatch. We already know that. Pretty sweet. At the end, it says apparently they have the ability to spontaneously induce invisibility through producing an electromagnetic psychic shield around themselves, and are said to commute between our dimensions and the fifth dimensional realm.
Maybe that's what they did to the ship in the Philadelphia experiment. Maybe they figured out what Bigfoot knows how to do.
How to shit. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
So the new Missing 411, The Hunted documentary I told you about, there's a lot of new stories, and it all kind of goes back to Sasquatch, and it's really interesting. Yeah, Missing 411.
So that's where they're going with it?
Bro, absolutely. They're going with the Sasquatch theory for sure. But they don't. There's no narration to it. It's all people's people that have had experiences talking about it. One of the stories is pretty much just like that. It's like this, little bubble that they put around themselves.
Yeah.
This lady said that she was in a deer stand hunting, and she looked up in the trees, and it was like a clear blob kind of moving through the trees, just like maybe a monkey would, or some big person that could swing between the trees.
Ooh.
And it was just like this. She said it looked like cellophane kind of moving through. It was a big blob, and she had this weird kind of feeling come over her, like that it wasn't that big of a deal, and just continue to hunt and don't pay attention to it. And then later she kind of snapped out of it and was like, oh, holy shit, that happened.
Yeah.
I did not think to talk about that.
I just saw a Bigfoot.
Yeah, just saw something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Missing 4011, The Hunted. It's super awesome, dude.
That's cool. And
That's great.
Where'd you see it?
Well, I bought it on iTunes.
iTunes?
Yeah, it's like $9 or something. Maybe 12.
So is it like is it complete? Whoa. What happened? Is it?
There we go.
Yeah.
We're back.
Is it completely different than the first one that we saw?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the content is not missing people. It's it has a little bit to do with missing people, but it's very much all Sasquatch experiences. But they don't come right out and say that it's all about Sasquatch experiences. It's this group of old dudes that have been there, going to this spot in the mountains in California for years and years and years, and like the spot has been passed down through the family, and they have audio going out there, staying the night. They had to like make this structure to stay in because they were so scared of what would happen at night. They would bring like maybe 8 people would come out, friends or family. It's a secret hunting spot out in the mountains. And at night, they have recordings of it from like the 70s or 80s or whenever it was. Yeah. But it is the weirdest audio you've ever seen or ever heard. It's the weirdest audio you've ever heard of. It's
Is it
sounds
weird ass noises?
It just sounds like a primate, and then it sounds like a primate trying to sound like a human.
Ooh.
So that's what gave me
cool.
chills about it. So where it was like, oh, because my mom has a parrot, a Bud, and he tries to sound like a human, and it sounds pretty close, but you can still tell it's not really a human.
Yeah.
So thinking about this existing in the forest with something that's so loud and hitting these frequencies that is, sounds like an ape calling, and then it tries to sound like a human. It's like, and then it tries to do this like, are you or not? Are you? It sounds like some weird
That's cool
Native American kind of language or something like that. It's super creepy, dude. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
What if they used to live a long time ago, but they were like the most advanced species? Like, how some people say, like even Graham Hancock is like, hey, there may have been like a super advanced civilization that lived around, this time,
the builder race,
before we think that there was. What if that's them?
That's the builder race. I think it's possible. Yeah, definitely. That's cool.
Yeah, it's a cool,
super
way
strong.
To look at it. Like I've never went that deep with it.
Yeah,
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that could be possible. That's Those, I don't know, all those megalithic structures, I feel like even 7 to 8 feet tall is not tall enough to move those structures. No. Like you need some kind of technology to move those, huge blocks and stuff. But
I can imagine that being your day job. Like that would suck so bad.
To move stone blocks.
Yeah. Like across miles.
Yeah.
Like you're the guy in charge of that. Or you're the guy in like third command, so like you have to do shit still.
Yeah.
You can't just stand back and make sure it's all going good.
Right.
Oh, that would be terrible.
Like you have to figure out logistics.
Yeah.
On how to move these huge monolithic structures. Yeah.
No way.
No thanks.
No way.
No thanks.
And that's what's wrong with us.
Yeah.
We're too scared to build cool shit like pyramids.
Yeah, man.
I guess not.
I
we
mean,
have technology.
There's like over 80 pyramids in Egypt too that they've dated to the early dynastic period. and they still can't really put a number on the age of the Great Pyramids, the 3 main ones near Giza. But the other 81 are definitely near the dynastic period, but they still can't place how old the Great Pyramids are. And the Great Pyramids are way nicer and way more still intact, and the other 82 are like just in shambles and they suck and they're poorly built. So it's more evidence to me that these pyramids are all copycats. The big ones, the Great Pyramids, and the ones in Mexico and in China, some of those are OG, built by somebody who knew what they were doing.
Right.
And everybody else's pyramids are all copycats. Yeah, dude. Yeah. For sure. They're all over the world.
There's only a couple legit places where it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, you have like the Mecca, so it gets done the best. And then you have like, a little bit out over here, and you're like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
So you're like, all right, the 6 of you. And then
all right,
you get
you
this
6.
janky ass pyramid. Yeah. They may have, took a couple dynasties to build the Great Pyramids, but we built our pyramid in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
We did it in 3.
Yeah.
It's all crooked. It doesn't even go up straight. Doesn't do what it's supposed to. You know what? We did it first. Just plant some trees on it.
That's like
Get it out of here.
The Trump pyramid.
You know what? It's better. It's bigger. We did it in less time. I know a lot of people who helped out. The 6 guys, the great guys, the great.
That's exactly what happened.
The best of the best.
Jesus, dude.
All right, I think that's good for this episode, man.
All right, man.
I'm thinking we're hitting a wall here.
Well, happy 10th, anyways.
Happy 10th.
Hell yeah.
Maybe we'll go take a shot and get some pizza, and episode 11 will be a little bit more structured.
Right. All right, guys. We'll see y'all next time.
Yeah. Oh, YouTube. Smash that subscribe button, y'all. If you're listening to us on YouTube, that would be awesome. I've always wanted to say smash that subscribe button. So
please do
that's
smash
why I'm
it.
saying that.
Smash it.
Yeah.
Click it in the least.
Yeah. We're probably gonna upload this video. It's off of like the camera's off of 2 computers. It's probably shitty quality, but
you gotta start somewhere.
You gotta start somewhere. So, all right. We'll see y'all next time.